I'm going to create this step right here in the bottom of the cutting edge. I've got my cutting edge on the bar pulled down some, but I want to reduce the height of this ricasso to right at 1 inch. And I'm going to start it on the power hammer. And I'm going to hold this piece of steel on my bar right here, set that on my power hammer and hit that with the power hammer. Drive this down into the steel. So I'm going to be right over here. Then I'm going to finish it by hand on the anvil. But why not use, got all these tools, just as well use them. But I still want to squeeze that down some. So can you see all that from here?
Yep.
Mike?
Got it.
This is this 1 inch is the same height as my ricasso. That's how thick I want it. So this is going to be a spacer. And I'm going to drive that ricasso down that I started with the power hammer with this. And we'll do it with an 8-pound sledge. Getting more like we want it. I'm going to come to this anvil for just a second and clean it up just a little bit. Doing a darn good job. A little bit more on the ricasso. Now you can see what we got. Very much what I want. Very much what I want. And very close to the point. We're just going to do a little refinement on thickness by the ricasso, and then we're going to have to admit the fact that we have taken a piece of steel that was very happy just being what it was, and we have heated it up, we have beat on it, and now it's what I call unhappy. We're going to have to return its condition, its phase. See how I'm getting this uplifting affair? All I gotta do is just knock it down. Just knock it down. There. That's all it takes. A couple little taps. Now I'm going to, about where we are right now, I'm going to cut this off with my chop saw from the parent bar with about as much material as I think I need to draw out the tang. And I think I can do that right now. This is always a guessing game. But I got lots of steel here, so now here's what we have. That'll hold on to it. But you can see where we've tapered our blade down to the point. We've thinned it down to the cutting edge. We've got our ricasso set about where we want to be. And then we're going to do some what's called thermal cycling when it's all done. And I'm going to imagine a piece of steel being full of crystals and grains, and they get all enlarged and oversized, and everything's in disarray. And with heat and a little bit of time, I'm going to put it back into a condition where I can deal with it later. Draw out the tang. Still got our spacer in there so that I can keep the same thickness. Now we're going to draw it out the other way, flatways. I have enough material. that steel off just about exactly the right place. And a lot of my hunting knives have some drop. The butt of the handle drops down some. And I'm going to put that drop intentionally in that tank. Start working on that internal grain structure right now, even though I'm still forging. I'm going to start lowering my heat in the forge. Start working at a cooler temperature. There's the drop I want. That's just about where I want to be on the whole knife. Just about where I want to be. Just a little too much drop, but that's about right where I want to be. Now, what I'm going to do is, we want this thing flat. And that's why I have a press. But I've dropped the temperature in the forge probably 300 degrees. We're in from the 2,000 or 2,100 degrees, we're down 1,800 degrees, 1,700 degrees. Now we're going to get her flat, with sides parallel. Pretty simple process. That's all it takes when you got the presses. That little puppy right now is just straight and flat and parallel as could be. And the best way, I'm pretty well pleased with what I can see right here. If you ever have any real issues and wondering if your blade is straight, you do it it's great to do it in a day when there's no clouds. You take it outside and you point it at the sky. When you have a huge vacant background, any distortion or disturbance in the symmetry of a blade, you can see against a bare sky. Try it sometime. Now, I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to look, see what I've got. As compared to this knife, and this is just about exactly what I want.